Assembly commences impeachment proceedings against Governor Fubara.
Members of the National Assembly have brought allegations against the governor and the deputy governor. It's important that the process be allowed to go through in line with the provisions of the Constitution.
Schools across Rivers State resume academic activities after festivities.
For you to participate in the exam, you must attend 75% class attendance. So that makes all of them to be back. They leave their Christmas break and resume according to schedule.
NGDC assures owners of property at Burukiri layouts of speedy payment of compensation.
From the official alignment and to the best of my knowledge, gone far.
Thanks for joining. The news can also do remember that we are on 24 hours transmission, so you can connect to our programs to our platforms to watch all our programs. Be a patriotic citizen, as ignorance of the law is not an excuse for breaking it. Obey the law. Now to the main news. Rivers State House of Assembly has commenced impeachment proceedings against the state governor, Siminalayi Fubara. During plenary today, Majority Leader of the House, Honorable Major Jack, presented before the Speaker a notice of alleged gross misconduct brought against the governor. Nkiru Onyejesi reports.
Majority Leader of the House, Major Jack, who said the House was relying on Section 188 of the Constitution, ruled out 7 points of alleged gross misconduct against Governor Fubara, including the demolition of the House of Assembly complex, extra budgetary spending, and withholding of the funds meant for the Assembly Service Commission.
And by authorizing expenditure from the Consolidated Revenue Fund of Rivers State, even after the Rivers State House of Assembly declared the shutdown of the Rivers State government expenditure, a resolution passed at the 4th legislative day of the 2nd section of the 10th Rivers State House of Assembly, which held on Monday, the 15th day of July 2024.
Supporting the motion, Deputy Leader Linda Stewart also brought forward a notice of gross misconduct against the Deputy Governor, Professor Ngozi Odu.
Gross misconduct 1. Reckless and unconstitutional expenditure of public funds contrary to sections 120, 121, paragraph 1 and 2, and 122 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, as amended. Particulars of the gross misconduct are A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and H.
Speaker of the House, Martin Amehuli, alleged that the inability of the governor and his deputy to present the 2025 budget before spending is an offense and a threat to democracy.
26 members of the National Assembly have brought allegations against the governor and the deputy governor. It's important that the process be allowed to go through in line with the provisions of the Constitution.
This is the second time the Rivers State House of Assembly is initiating an impeachment process against Governor Fubara over the same allegations. In Port Harcourt, Nkiru Onyejesi, NTA News.
And on the economy, President Bola Tinubu has praised corporate Nigerian citizens and other stakeholders in the Nigerian capital market for surpassing the 100 trillion naira milestone on the Nigerian exchange NGX. President Tinubu described this record achievement as an inspiration for the investing public operating in the money and capital markets. He urged Nigerians to deepen their investments in the local economy, assuring that 2026 will yield even greater returns as his administration's economic reforms continue to deliver stronger outcomes. With the Nigerian exchange NGX crossing the historic 100 trillion naira market capitalization mark, the country is witnessing the birth of a new economic reality and rejuvenation. In 2025, while many of the world's markets struggled with stagnation or tepid recovery, the NGX All-Share Index was on the ascent. It closed 2025 with a 51.19% return, higher than the 37.65% recorded in 2024. This performance ranks among the highest in the world. In a statement by Special Advisor to the President on Information and Strategy, Bayo Nanuga, the year 2026 promises to be an epochal year of delivering prosperity to all Nigerians. The Naira has stabilized, it notes, moving away from the volatility that once fueled speculation. The Central Bank of Nigeria, in its latest outlook, projects foreign reserves will cross the $50 billion threshold in the first quarter of 2026. Nation building is a process, not a destination. Hard work, sacrifices, and the focus of its citizens build a nation. The 100 trillion Naira market capitalization is a signal to the world that the Nigerian economy is robust and productive. President Bola Tinubu pledged to continue working unrelentingly to build an egalitarian, transparent, and high-growth economy that will be further catalyzed by the historic task and fiscal reforms that came into full implementation from January 1. And in other areas, the Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC, has assured residents of Ibifaka Polo community in Borokiri, Port Harcourt, of the prompt payment of compensation to those whose properties are on the right-of-way of the Borokiri-Okrika Bridge project. Executive Director of Finance and Administration, Alabo Bomayayi, made this known during an inspection of alignment of the road and bridge project. Jenny Bassi reports.
The Borokiri-Okrika Bridge project was initially awarded in 2012 but was stalled for several years due to various issues including budget constraints and contract variations. Ahead of the resumption of work on this project, the Executive Director of Finance and Administration, Alabo Bomayayi, inspected the 3-kilometer road and bridge which links the coastal Okrika local government area to over 30 communities. The EDFA noted that the current board of NDDC is prioritizing completing this significant project as it will turn around the socio-economic fortunes of the coastal local government area.
Contractors have started work from the Okrika alignment, and to the best of my knowledge, they have gone far. However, nothing is happening from the Borokiri alignment. So we felt we should come and see what is the problem. Why is there nothing going on from the Borokiri end? That's why we're here. And we have gone through the alignment with the consultant and the contractor, and they have told us the issue. The issue is nothing other than compensation.
The people commended the current board of NDDC for taking steps to revive the project and promised to give the contractor the needed support to ensure timely completion.
Because one of the things we do, Okrika people really want, and even the outside I really want, this bridge we are talking about, it will give massive development to our people. Most of our persons, because of the rest, they've relocated back to Okrika. But this bridge actually will bring the city close to the home, where most persons will be able to operate from village, coming to work in Port Harcourt.
The scope is 3 bridges of 190 meters here at the Chile waterfront. The middle bridge is around 1,120 meters. That one is called the Abotoro Bridge.
Aside from connecting several coastal communities to Port Harcourt, the River State capital, when completed, the road and bridge will reduce traffic congestion on the refinery axis of the East-West Road, as well as reduce traffic time from Okrika to Port Harcourt. In Port Harcourt, Jenny Bassi, NTA News.
Schools across River State have resumed after the Christmas and New Year holidays, bringing an end to weeks of festivities and leisure. As classrooms come alive once again, students, teachers, and parents are now adjusting to the realities of the new academic term. A correspondent to Sinachi Samuel reports.
Barely days after the Christmas and New Year celebrations, schools have reopened, with pupils and students returning to the classrooms amid mixed feelings of excitement and adjustment. At several schools visited, attendance is gradually improving as parents and learners settle into the rhythm of early morning routines and academic schedules. Teachers are excited to see their students return in one piece.
Officially, we resumed on the 5th of January, and from that day, lecture began. Personally, I taught yesterday, and I think the students that are back to school, we are still expecting a whole of them, but they are back to school. The classroom is, I think, is getting populated. Yes, knowing fully well that the exam is by the corner. So they are back to school.
Whether we like it or not, the holidays are over. Exams, tests, everything is approaching. So we just have to resume and be serious. So far we have started lectures. We have had one test. So things are getting serious. Everybody that is still in the house, come back to school.
For the students, yes, they have resumed officially. But let me say that the flow is not yet as supposed to be. But we are looking at maybe next week. The turn-up will increase.
While some parents say early financial planning helped cushion the impact of the festive season, others admit that the economic situation has made the return to school more challenging. Educators, however, say consistent attendance and parental support will be key to a productive term.
For you to participate in the exam, you must attain 75% class attendance. So that makes all of them to be back. They leave their Christmas break according to schedule.
The study materials, they are a pain to get, honestly. But apart from that, let's say the learning environment sometimes is scooped up, so it's kind of stressful.
As schools continue with academic activities in the new year, students are gradually finding a balance between post-holiday realities and the demands of education. In Port Harcourt, Osinachi Samuel, NTA News.
Similarly, examination malpractice in Nigeria has again come under the spotlight with strong calls for the use of technology, strict punishment for erring learners, teachers, parents, and schools involved in the acts. Thomas Obitere reports that these, amongst other issues, were the key submissions made by guests on NTA's Good Morning Nigeria. The reports.
Eliminating and blocking all leakages that encourage any form of examination malpractice in Nigeria is a necessity. Guests on Good Morning Nigeria stressed that while the adoption of computer-based test CBT is important, it must be backed by strict sanctions against all examination centers that promote or support the menace. Speaking on randomization and serialization mechanism, the guests explained that the system will be designed to ensure that in the computer-based test, no two candidates answer to the questions are the same, even when they sit on the same examination hall, thereby making cheating more difficult.
And that is why we're even moving to CBT, because in the process of publishing this examination, in the process of transferring this examination, there are different windows that these examination questions can leak.
If we're writing the exams at the same time, if you're giving me answers for one and my question is for two, if I copy it, automatically I'm out.
The guest stressed that engaging qualified and ethical teachers is key to preparing students and restoring discipline and credibility in the education system, while highlighting new reforms such as learners' identity numbers and continuous assessment deadlines.
The data we have of candidates will be used and the learner's identification number will be generated, and that number will be what will be used for the examining bodies, for both NECO and WAEC.
Parents too must do their own part as parents to ensure that they encourage their wards to learn.
The guests agreed that examination malpractice has undermined the credibility of WAEC and NECO certificates and can only be addressed through urgent action and collective support from government, schools, parents, and students. In Abuja, Thomas Obitere, NTA News.
You're watching NTA Port Harcourt News at 7. Earlier, we informed you that Rivers State House of Assembly has commenced impeachment proceedings against Governor Fubara. Schools across Rivers State resumed academic activities after the festivities. We also told you that NDDC has assured owners of property at Burukiri layout of speedy payment of compensations. There will be business news and sports after the break. Don't go away.
Welcome to Spring Park Hotel, a place where comfort meets true class. Enjoy luxury rooms, fine dining, and a peaceful atmosphere designed just for your relaxation. With active security personnel, 24 hours power supply, and free Wi-Fi, your stay is safe, connected, and always convenient. Whether you're here for business or pleasure, Spring Park Hotel gives you that perfect blend of warmth and sophistication. Spring Park Hotel is located at Plot 8 American Road, Omalobo, behind Royal House of Grace Church, Choba. For reservation, call 08029423128. Follow us on Facebook at Spring Park Hotel or email springparkhotel2017@gmail.com. Spring Park Hotel, a feeling beyond words.
To stab Satan on the chest is to praise God. Anytime you are praising God, devil is crying. One of the major weapons the devil uses is distraction. If you have a great destiny that will bring light, you must come under attack. Because your destiny is carrying fruits that people want to block. When God wants to bless you, he allows some situations to come. I shall look unto the hill from whence cometh my help. My help comes from the Lord, God of Abraham. Put your trust on him, not on pastor, not on chance, not on secret gods. He will disappoint you. Put your mind on God and he will give you perfect peace. You come under attack because of what God has for you. Nobody throws stone on an empty tree. It is the tree that has fruits that children throw stone on. If there is nothing exciting about you, you don't come under attack. So count it all joy when you are facing attack for his name's sake. But one thing you must have in mind, God can never abandon you. I don't know the problem you have entered here with. Today marks the end of that problem.
OPN, Dr. Jesus in action. Dr. Jesus in action. God is here.
Welcome back. For many Nigerians, 2025 was a year of economic adjustment shaped by reforms that affected daily living and business operations across the country. Correspondent on special assignment examines how the economy fared in 2025, impact on formal and informal sectors, as well as areas requiring a boost in 2026. Nigeria's economy in 2025 was guided closely by reforms focused on inflation control, exchange rate stability, agribusiness, small and medium-scale enterprises, SMEs growth, and improved performance in the oil and gas sector. Though aimed at long-term stability, some of the measures appeared to trigger higher cost of living. The impact was felt strongly in the formal and informal sectors, where businesses strive to adjust to policy shifts and reduce consumer spending. Economy observers are, however, positive that the shocks will help stabilize the economy over time.
We can say that from about mid last year, price has stabilized. They're high, agreed, but they are stabilized. The government is now having more income from the subsidy. There's more money in the hands of the federal, the states, the local governments. So there is a lot of money now being put into infrastructure. And sincerely, if anybody who's honest to say it, go around the country, I travel a lot. We've not had the quantum of federal road infrastructure going on as we have within the last 1 year. And the more they spend on infrastructure, that means there's a multiplier effect.
With the coming of the present government in 2023, there were some key policy decisions that the government made. These are policies that were overdue because the economy was already experiencing difficulties because of institutional cracks and all of that. From the perspective of somebody in finance, you know that though they brought some difficulties, but ultimately they were really going to help to make the economy to self-correct itself. And I believe that in 2026, and of course with the new tax regime, the tax laws, things will ease up.
Looking at 2026, research projects the federal government plans to sustain non-oil growth, tackle food inflation, improve public spending, and expand social protection amid concerns over the implementation of new tax reforms. In Rivers State, emphasis is on employment and productivity. The Ministry of Employment Generation and Economic Empowerment says youth-focused programs in partnership with the federal government will target job creation, including opportunities in the blue economy.
And other areas like National Directorate of Employment, we have entered an MOU. They've given us, for instance, 50 chances for physically challenged people. We have submitted, they've started training.
Expectations are also rising around the 1.8 trillion naira budget approved by the State Executive Council and awaiting passage by the State Assembly, seen as key to stimulating growth and job creation. Let's now join Bright Ebuchu for the latest in the world of sports.
The federal government has confirmed that all outstanding Super Eagles match bonuses for the 2025 AFCON in Morocco have been settled. Minister of State for Finance, Doris Uzoka-Anite, said the group stage bonuses have cleared all regulatory and foreign exchange procedures. The payments followed earlier boycott threats ahead of Nigeria's quarter-final against Algeria, prompting an expedited foreign currency process. The Super Eagles arrived in Marrakesh on Thursday ahead of their Saturday clash with Algeria at 5 p.m. Nigerian time. Football fans in Abuja are optimistic, confident that a disciplined, united Nigerian team can overcome the Desert Warriors.
Unbeatable. For them to really struggle hard against DR Congo, it means that a more potent Nigerian attacking side will be able to defeat them.
The match follows Algeria's extra time win over DR Congo and recalls past AFCON encounters, including Algeria's 1990 and 2019 victory and Nigeria's 1988 penalty shootout win. Still talking football, in the Nigerian Women's Football League Premiership action, March 5 saw narrow but important wins for FC Robo Queens, Oshu Babes, Nasarawa Amazons, Ekiti Queens and Abia Angels. Rivers Angels dominated Adamawa Queens 3-0 thanks to a second half hat-trick from Abasion Ferroa. Delta Queens and Bayelsa Queens also won, while Pace Setter Queens and Heartland Queens drew goalless, highlighting the league's competitiveness. And in tennis, Janu Chinwen has withdrawn from this month's Australian Open to continue recovering from right elbow surgery. The Olympian champion, ranked 24th, reached last year's Melbourne final, but retired from the China Open third round due to elbow pain. For sports updates, Bright Ebuchu, NTA News.
The sports report concludes the prime news at 7 on NTA Port Harcourt. I'm Joy. So just before we go, a quick reminder that you can watch our news streaming live on our social media handles currently showing on your screen. Like our page on Facebook to get updates of our news and programs. You can also watch all our news at NTA Port Harcourt on Star Times, channel 103. Thanks for watching. Good evening.